Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And again, we want to push all you listeners out there to go to LarryRay.com. That's Larry, REA.com. And see all the photos that Ron Wong has done for us and posted there, and all the schedules and everything else, all the information from everybody. So be sure and go to that, okay? Do that for us and everything. All right, we got our man David Best on the line. Good morning, David.
Good morning, sir.
It's good to hear your voice, David. Last time we heard it was
yeah,
it was blank. It was blank, and we
thought aliens got you.
Well, we just wanted to make sure that the blue lights weren't pulling you over or anything like that. But
yeah, no, I was somewhere between here and East Tennessee on my way to go pick up some parts for a kayak trailer.
Okay, well, we want to explain to everybody that it wasn't our fault, it wasn't David's fault. It's the world we live in, and I said, David, can we do this next week and not worry about you being on the road? You know, those kind of things. And we appreciate David Best. Always try to get David on at least once a month to talk fishing with us from SYS Wilson. And how's that building again? You tell me every time, but I forget.
It's actually 130. Well, the business has been here for 130 years now. Its building is 113 years old.
Wow. And that's older than me. A lot of people can't believe that. I went to my high school reunion, David, last weekend. Somebody asked me, do you have any runners in your class? And I said, no, we got some walkers. And they said, how many? I said, well, there's 4 of them on walkers at the class.
That's right.
You know? So it was good to see that. But at also Primary Tackle, and I know David has been a supplier of kids' events and everything like that, but we're kind of interested as we talk, David, this week, probably better than it would have been from last week, the dramatic change that we're experiencing this weekend from what we have experienced in the past. It's windy. We're getting temperatures in the 60s today, maybe in the 40s tomorrow morning. What's that going to do to our fishing?
Well, it's going to the first day or so, it's going to kind of mess with them a little bit, but it's going to make them bite here coming in the next week or so really, really well.
You think so?
As these water temperatures go down, it's going to make them a little more active. That's going to really activate that fall feed when they're really feeding up to get ready for winter. It's really going to kind of push them in that direction. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just to really get good.
And we're drought. We're it's hard to believe we're still a little above average because all the rain we had in July. And I've got to think now, low water conditions are perfect for kayaks, aren't they?
They are. They are, absolutely.
Let's talk kayak for a minute here before I ask you some fishing report type stuff. So this is prime time, right? I mean, if you want to get out and really explore, you could get in areas. I'm sure the Ghost River. I'm sure Billy Doyle doesn't want anybody out there. He's got that all to himself, and everything. But talk about kayak fishing in the fall. Where would you go?
The beauty of kayak fishing in the fall is you can get some places a bass boat can't get. You can get to some of these smaller lakes that maybe boat ramps are barely in the water, and you don't really want to put a bass boat in. But you can get in the backwaters, and you can get away from, you can get in that little creek that bass boat can't navigate through, and you can get back into a deeper hole and get to some stuff that they can't get to. And this time of year, it's just such a good way to do that, just because it gets to some fish that have been untouched for a month or two, and kind of gives you that opportunity to be able to do some other things. And
I know we talk about Herb Parsons a lot. The ramp is open, right? I mean,
the ramp is open. You can launch 7 boats at a time. That's the beauty of it.
It's amazing.
It's getting a lot of pressure.
Is it? I figured it. I figured it would.
But I'm seeing some good pictures of some good fish coming out of it. The guys are reporting it's been a little tough. That's probably a little due to the pressure, but also due to this crazy weather we've been having. It's been so hot for so long. But I got a feeling those fish are going to start biting in the next few days. It might be worth a trip out there for sure.
There you go. Optimistic. Sound like a duck hunter. Right, Dave Gabbert? Every duck hunter is optimistic as we go into.
You should have been here yesterday.
Yeah, I should have been here yesterday. I've heard that before. But Herb Parsons, of course, is one of the Bill Dance signature lakes that they're doing a lot of work on and everything. It's where I cut my teeth, if you want to say, when I came to Memphis back in the 60s, late 60s.
Yep.
That's not 1860s. That's right. It was back in the 1960s, and it's where everybody went to Herb Parsons. I can remember the concessionaire out there and everything like that. But it's a great place for kayaks, but also you can get in some other areas, even some farm ponds. I know right now, come in October, are great places that you can't get in with a big bass boat or anything like that. And talk about the evolution of the kayak. Now, I mean, you how many brands do you sell out there? I mean, how many?
We sell 3. We sell Jackson out of Sparta, Tennessee. We sell Hobie out of California, and New Canoe out of Bellingham, Washington.
Okay.
And pedal driven, trolling motor driven. We can do it's Legos for adults. We can make it into pretty much anything you want it to be, almost. But lots and lots of options.
Lots of options. I mean, there's a lot of options you could put on that kayak.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is not your grandmother's kayak, people. Don't think about that. I mean, this is
definitely not.
This is like a John boat souped up.
There you go. There you go.
Everybody remembers their first John boat. I never understood how they got the name John boat, whether it was JOHN or just JON boat. But the kayak itself, the basic kayak, what are we talking about money-wise here? I ask you this all the time, but I still like to hear.
A basic kayak will be in that $800 to $900.
See, they're less than $1,000 to start.
Less than $1,000 to start, and that's for a really good kayak. That's not for this front-of-the-mill kayak that you get in a lot of places.
In the big stores, the box stores, you might be able to get something cheaper.
But it's not going to be the same.
No, because when you sell a kayak at your place, what do you give your customers? How much information? You do that, don't you? It's a one-on-one.
A ton. I mean, my average kayak sale takes 3 to 4 weeks at least.
Yes.
Because they come in and they look and they may go demo a couple of boats and figure out exactly which is the right one for them. Because, I mean, even though we started at $1,000, it can be a substantial amount more than that even. I mean, I've sold boats for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000.
A kayak.
Once we had everything, a kayak. We had everything rigged on it. Dual graphs. We sell Garmin.
Dual graphs.
Yeah,
live scope.
Too, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we can rig LED lights. I mean, I did a duck boat a couple of weeks ago that was just awesome. He's bringing it back in the next couple of days, and we're going to put a 3 horsepower trolling motor on the back of it with foot controlled steering as well.
Are you really? Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't. I mean, it's not only fishing then. I mean, you can.
No, it's not only fishing.
Yeah.
We sell a lot for duck hunting and for deer hunting this time of year. Because you think about it, you go trudging across a bean field in a pair of waders is really miserable.
Yeah.
But you put all them decoys in that dog in a kayak and you just paddle it across without having to walk. That's a whole lot simpler because it'll go through 6 inches of water. I mean, it's no problem whatsoever.
I hadn't even thought about that. See, folks, we'll see what you learn on this show. I mean, we lose David last week, but we gained David this week with more knowledge than he had last week.
There you go.
If that's possible, and I know. So, give us a quick synopsis on fishing. Where would David best go? Say next week, starting Monday when the weather kind of settles down a little bit. Where are you going?
Man, anywhere where there's some shallower water where currents coming in, where you got a little creek coming in with this cooler water coming into the lake.
Yeah,
those shad are going to be pulling into those backs of those flats, and they're going to be getting ready to. They're doing their feet up for fall as well, and so those bass are just going to follow them around. Those crappie are just going to follow them back there. It's a great time to do some shallow water fishing. It's a great time to throw a top water. This is the time to get out there and really go catch them. This next month, 4 to 6 weeks, is probably my favorite time of the year.
Favorite time of the year. Yeah. Well, tell the listeners how to get in touch with you. Tell us about the times and everything.
Yeah, so you can come out here to the historic Depot Square out here in Arlington. It's 12020 Walker. Or you can check us out at sywilson.com. We're going to be running some really great deals on kayaks through the end of October.
There you go, folks.
Getting ready for Christmas. So, I mean, come see us. It's a great Christmas gift.
All right,
too.
David Best. Thank you, buddy. Have a great weekend. I'm glad you made it home. Okay?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. David Best of SYS Wilson and Primary Tackle. And Gene, I got to save time, but Gene has brought the book, Dave, and he's already pulled it out. How about another one now? I think a good – you're not using the book now. You're going to do this off the top of your head
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Okay. All right, what?
I went camping last week.
You went camping last week?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The weather was okay, but it was still a little tense.
A little There's silence on the radio right now. I'm trying to figure that out. There's a little tense. What? What? Help me. What?
We need to get Shelby a little sound bite with crickets chirping.
I'm pretty sure you got one.
Yeah, she could probably find that cricket chirping, and we can do some Gene Smith. That's why I miss Charlie Covington on the radio with us.
Oh, I miss
when he did his
yeah.
poems, Shelby would have that music that sounded like,
you could almost see the story coming forward.
And go to LarryRay.com again. Charlie's got a new poem out. It's called Fall. It's all about the fall.
Oh, yeah, good.
And it's a cool poem. And if we never get Charlie to quit work, we can get Charlie back in here. But we are the only outdoor radio show with our own poet laureate. And Charlie Covington, we appreciate that. But
I couldn't believe he wrote a poem about me.
He did.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And it took him at least 15 minutes, he said. Yeah. No, it was 15 minutes. He just couldn't figure out how to illustrate it.
Yeah.
But so another one. Come on.
Okay.
Get the book. It's in the book.
I got one ready.
All right, here it comes.
Why did the dead spider tell the baby spider to go outside?
Why did the dead spider tell the baby spider to go outside?
He's spending too much time on the web.
He spent too much time on the web. There we go. Kick the bucket, Gene. There we go. That was a good one there. He spent too much time on the web. That needs to be our new motto here.
There you go.
Get everybody off the web. We didn't think about that. All right, we're going to take a break. Shelby's doing a great job as she's back from illness and everything. And we're going to Arkansas right now, talk to our good friend Randy Zeller, because there's a lot of things going on, all you listeners over in East Arkansas. We'll be right back.